Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. Let's do your week of July 9th tarot reading for Cancer. So, how are you doing this last week of Mercury? Let's take a look and see what this energy is going to look like for you. Definitely been an emotional one. I've been getting texts from all of you, emails, phone calls, etc. Hearing you. I'm hearing you. All right, so let's take a look and see. Here you go. Answer. So, Judgment card is the first card that pops up. And when Judgment is in play, usually it means there's a lot of tension. And what I mean by tension is pressure. You not only have the three-headed dragon, the Four of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is like overwhelm. That's like completely like too many things coming at once. The Four of Swords is deadlines. The Judgment card is the three-headed dragon, where it feels like stuff's just coming from every direction, and it's not just easy stuff, it's heavy stuff. That is a major card. So for you, Cancer, it feels as if the heat is on. We have the Ace of Cups and the Six of Wands, though, which tells me there's victory on the other side of this, usually of a financial kind. This tells me that there might possibly be a surplus of money that's coming your way. I do see the Ace of Cups, which is your heart is overflowing. So maybe there might be a little balance with that. I am seeing the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is that energy that's like impulsive, emotional outbursts. It's not necessarily anger. It's just feeling like you might cry, not holding the line, feeling like any minute you might just kind of trip a little too far into one emotion or another. I am seeing the Nine of Cups, though, which is some celebration that's coming up for you, which is a little bit of a dichotomy with these emotions that you have on deck. Also seeing the Eight of Cups. So this entire second row moving forward for you is a lot of relationship energy. And what I mean by that is your emotions are involved with all of this. So our emotions mostly come into play with our emotions as indicated by the cups. Cups is love, love is emotions, emotions relationship. So I'm seeing that there's a lot of movement going on in your relationships. A lot of things moving fast, probably some things elevating, because we do have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is big, full, fun, controlled energy, which is very different from where your come from is from last week and heading into the next. There might possibly be even a new relationship for some of you, because the Page of Cups indicates new relationship energy. Now, I will tell you that I do see some energy regarding foundations within your home. It tells me that there might be something that's in play. It might be a refinancing, it might be a restructuring of a home or a remodel, but this is a foundation. So this is either something that's having to do with your foundation, or it literally is something that is your a project that you're halfway through or wanting to get to. I do see some indecision on your part, and essentially also the Nine of Swords, which feels like you don't have a voice. So oftentimes that card either means someone's not listening, or it's that we don't feel like our voice is effective, or we can't even speak to a certain individual based on time, demographics, or situation. So this is our throat chakra block, Nine of Swords, which is like, if you look at it, he's, literally, here, let's do it this way. He's literally a ghost in a cage. So not only is he stuck behind here and not being heard, there's things that are blocking him from making this happen. So if you're sitting in a situation where you feel as if your communication is blocked, time heals all things. And sometimes it is the best thing to do to allow a situation to just quiet before we reapproach it. And a lot of times we can get into avoidance when we do. We want to let it die down, but then essentially the energy dies out and we don't have the courage to speak to it again. It goes away, it becomes a habit because it'll happen again, right? And we sit there and we analyze these situations and we wonder to ourselves, this was really bad. Like, I hope it doesn't happen again. And you try to extricate yourself from the situation and you find, things quiet down and everybody ignores the elephant in the room. That's how you trap yourself in a 30-year marriage where you're like suddenly with someone you can't stand because you can't clear the energy. Be clear, Cancer. Not speaking your truth causes the conflict that you're trying to avoid, right? But I see the Nine of Coins, which is judgment. And it's not a bad judgment like this one, but it's like making smaller choices. And you hear me talk about it all the time with the Five of Cups, Five of Swords, which is setting your boundaries earlier and more often, because you prevent this explosion. You prevent this big turmoil that's happening. The problem is you haven't decided which direction you want to take it. You can give him the whole New York high five or you can work on it. But either way, you haven't decided what it is you want to do with it. Now, this could be any kind of relationship. This could be a work relationship, a childhood, argument, whether you want to work on it or just stop. It's not worth it. Like Moxie always says, is this the hill you want to die on? Right? Trying to decide how we want to interact with certain situations. You're of two minds. And I feel like Cancer, you're getting quite a bit of input from different arenas and different areas. And so in doing that, you're getting a little more undecided. Hold the line. Hold the line. Trust yourself a little bit. Let's pull some cards from my Mystic Dreamer and take a look and see what this energy looks like for those of you that are Cancer Moon. This used to be my relationship spread, but I started getting complaints because people were like, well, that's not my relationship. Well, of course not. I decided to switch this up and call it our Gemini Moon. Sorry, Cancer Moon. All right, Cancer. This is your moon reading and your emotions in some respects. Please book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. If you book before the weekend is over, there's a treat for you if you use the coupon code KARMA. Good karma. Right. If you're listening. All right, here we go, kids. Magician. Ugh. So the Magician card isn't a bad card, but to the way it's feeling to me with you, it means that you have to be the voice, the spokesperson, the individual with the mouth. So this might not be ideal for you. But love is definitely coming up. We have the Two of Cups. So that's balance. I like the Two of Cups better than I like the Lover's card. However, someone may or may not have done something that makes you feel betrayed because you're carrying a burden here and you've got betrayal. So now remember, a betrayal comes when you have an agreement. When you have an agreement with someone and they don't do what they say they're going to do, you can feel betrayed because they betrayed your trust. But if you're walking around feeling victimized and blamed, or blaming others for your situation, that's just victimhood. So the Ten of Swords has both of those elements in play. Make sure that you're not carrying someone else's burden, because we have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands means burden, something that's too heavy. So that leads me to believe that you didn't have some clear boundaries or some clear understanding of what to expect from someone. And we do have the Lover's card, which is a power play. I don't like that. Prejudice, deep prejudice on the Lover's card. I guess because I was expecting it to be this beautiful, fun, happy card when I started tarot, and then I discovered it didn't quite show up that way, and it meant something different. I've fallen out of love with the Lover's card. So we have the Nine of Wands, like I expected. The Ten of Wands doesn't always necessarily mean you're tired. It just means you're carrying some weight. But this weight that you've been carrying, it's high time to let it go, because we have the Empress card and the Ten of Wands. Ace of Cups is following that, which says that if you honor yourself in this, that you can lay this burden down. I do see some celebration, being around lots of family. Cancer is seriously looking for a good time right now. We have the Six of Wands, which is victory, the World card, and the Three of Cups. So there's something that's coming up for you, quite possibly some travel, because we do have the Chariot card over here. So that might reference some travel for you, but the Empress usually means a time frame. And I'm seeing that she's pregnant and it's about time for something. I don't see an ending for you, so it might just be a shift. You might be switching lanes, you might be slowing down or speeding up, or you might just be switching cars altogether. But I'm seeing that you're going to evolve, different than endings. Evolving is being the same person, but taking some qualities and making them better, or letting some other qualities go. But you're essentially the same person, although you do evolve. We once were a baby, now we're an adult, then a mother, then an aged person like me. So we do evolve. So ultimately, we don't have any really terrible cards, but this mood is shifting for you. We have the Ace of Cups, which is you coming into a whole place, a balanced place, coming from within and finding a balance and with yourself and in peace as well. Okay. And we have the Dove coming from above and overflowing cups. It's just about being full. So the indication that I'm having for you here is the Eight of Cups, which is walk away. Walk away from these situations that don't serve you. On deck. Like, subscribe, share. I am going to pull a card from my Divination of the Ancients and give you one quick message before we go. Fortune cookies say. Fortune cookie. Fortuitous. So fortuitous, and this here like reminds you to look for happy surprises all around you, not look so much at the darker side of things, but look for the happy surprises, because as you walk in joy, you kind of shift your brain. You shift your main brain, baby. Control that brain. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hopefully that helps you with guidance for your little weather report for next week. Hang around. I think I'm going to do, let me see what's after Cancer. I'm going to be doing Leo. So if you want to hang out with me, stick around. I've got Leo coming up next. Love and light, guys. Remember, my favorite phrase is you can answer every question with love. Take care, guys. Catch you on the flip side.